When I was in school, our math teacher was a man named Mr. Stigston. At first, the girls whispered that he was handsome. Handsome in that messy, stubbled serial killer way. Piercing blue eyes. The kind of jaw you'd see on a soap opera surgeon. That lasted about a day. By the end of the week, even the prettiest girls, especially the prettiest girls, looked at him like a bomb with a heartbeat. Mr. Stigston wasn't just angry. He was contagiously furious, like he carried rage in his saliva. It didn't take much. Someone dropped a pencil, someone looked at the clock, and he'd erupt. Red-faced, foaming, spitting insults like venom at whoever had the misfortune of existing too loudly. He never hit anyone, not then, but the threat was thick in the air. He had that look, the kind that said, "You're alive because I let you be." The students feared him. The teachers avoided him. I once saw our vice principal veer down a different hallway just to keep from crossing his path, and no one ever reported him. Then there was Beverly, quiet girl, tidy hair, the kind of student that teachers usually forget until report cards are due. She was late to class, that's all. Just late. She cracked open the door mid-lecture, and he snapped. He stormed across the room like a thunderclap in a human body, got in her face, screamed, spit-flecked abuse sprayed from his mouth. His finger jabbed at her like a weapon. Her back hit the wall. She tried to push him back, gently, a whisper of a shove, and that's when he hit her. It wasn't a shove. It wasn't a warning. It was a slap, loud, open-palmed. Final. Time froze. You could feel the classroom tilt sideways. Beverly stood there, stunned, then ran, sobbing, hands pressed to her face like she was trying to hold her bones together. Stigston cleared his throat, adjusted his tie, and kept teaching. The next day, Beverly's mother came to school. We didn't hear what she said to him exactly, but we heard her. Through the closed door, through the cinder block walls. The kind of shrieking only a mother's rage can birth. Some of us peeked out the window. He just stood there, still as a statue. Didn't say a word, didn't flinch, just stared at her. Just expression locked in that same cold smolder, like a furnace in a meat locker. When she stormed away, he returned to class, silent, burning. That was the last time anyone saw Beverly's mother alive. That afternoon, they crashed into a telephone pole. She died on impact. Beverly slipped into a coma. The grief in our school was crushing. Everyone mourned. Everyone except Stigston. He grinned all day, like a child unwrapping a toy on Christmas. Weeks passed. Jared, one of my friends, had his phone go off during class. A harmless mistake. Stigston roared like an animal, grabbed Jared by the throat, and ripped the phone from his pocket. Locked it in his briefcase like it was a trophy. We hatched a plan. Juvenile, stupid, necessary. I distracted him with fake questions, pretending to be dumb, pretending to care, while Jared snuck behind the desk and stole his phone back. We felt victorious, until I saw the truck. It was waiting for us as we walked home. His truck. Stigston behind the wheel, eyes like razors, following us without blinking. It all happened in seconds. The screech of tires, the blur of a speeding car, the impact. Jared's body in the air, flopping like a ragdoll, then slamming to the pavement. Stigston's truck was gone, vanished. Jared was pronounced dead an hour later. I was left alive, with just enough breath to remember. I returned to school, hollow and shaking. Stigston never said a word. He just watched me, smiling like he knew a secret I hadn't earned yet. Then Beverly called. She'd woken from the coma. Before the crash, she whispered, "I saw him, Stigston, driving next to us, just staring." I told her what happened to Jared. Her voice cracked. He did it again. After that, I started seeing his truck, everywhere, parked across from my house, idling on the corner. Sometimes I'd see him in the driver's seat, waiting, not hiding. Just I stopped eating, stopped sleeping, started wasting away slowly, like the body was trying to retreat from the world before the soul could catch up. One day, Mr. Hawthorne, my science teacher, called me into his office. "Is there something you need to get off your chest?" he asked. Something about the way he said it made me crumble. I told him everything. Stigston, the accidents, the truck, the eyes. He didn't laugh. He didn't scoff. He nodded. He'd taught with Stigston before, years ago at another school. Back then, a group of students vandalized several classrooms. The next day, 3 of them died in a car crash. The stolen items were found in the wreckage. Spray paint, a lab beaker, justice, it seemed. Coincidental justice. Except Stigston had smiled when he heard. Later, a school administrator fired both Hawthorne and Stigston. The next morning, the man was hit by a car, died screaming in the street. Hawthorne saw him die, saw Stigston watching, always watching. "We have to stop him," I said. "There's no proof," Hawthorne said, "but I'll handle it." That evening, I saw the truck again. Stigston stood in front of it, his hands balled into fists, his jaw tight, eyes boring into me like they were trying to tunnel through bone. And then, I couldn't breathe. There were no hands on me. But I was choking, invisible fingers coiled around my throat, my vision went black at the edges. I was dying. Then, crash, the sound shattered the moment. The pain lifted, I gasped, a car had ploughed straight into the parked truck, and Stigston, he was pulp, his body crumpled against the hood. Jaw slack, blood painting the windshield from the inside out. He was dead. Guts forced up his throat, bones shattered into powder. It was done. The driver's side door opened. A man staggered out. He collapsed to his knees. And I knew that face. Mr. Hawthorne.